Well, hello everybody, welcome to Robert's Train Set. And we're back to the end-to-end this week. And as you saw from the thumbnail, it's not looking good, is it? Problems, problems, problems. But we'll start with a bit of good news. Melanoma on the side of my head. I've actually got an appointment to go. So, yeah. About the middle of June, so it's not too bad. So I'm pleased about that. We can get that sorted, see how we get on. So let's start with bad news, shall we? Well, it all started, got this set up, and that's not without problems now, because with the new computer, I love it, nice computer, doesn't want to connect to the E-Link sometimes. So I go in, hope it's going to connect, it doesn't, and then you fiddle around with what comes up on the screen, and then it will eventually connect, but I don't know why. The old one, first time, like it always did. So I think a little trip down to the computer man and see if we can suss it out. Really weird. So it started with this one. I ran it the last time I ran it, and you saw it, I think, on video. Fine. Put it on here. Dead as a dodo. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So bought it from Rails of Sheffield about 7 months ago. Phoned them up. Sent me a label. Packed it up, and it's with them as we speak. So hopefully they can fix it. But yeah, dead as a flaming dodo. Which is a shame, because it's a nice loco. So while making this, my Earl of St Germans castle class died on me. The sound would work, but it wouldn't move anymore. Watch later to see. So, okay then, well, the next thing is I had to buy another one of these, because this one, which if you look, I've had to rip up, I think probably in the course of doing those dummy point motors, which you'll see in here, I managed to break the tie rod, the bit that holds the two rails on. I've had problems with these before. I had a problem with that up in the loft. This one I did actually repair it, believe it or not, using some drawing pins. But I thought, because this is all going to be, well, it was glued and it was going to be all ballasted, I thought I better put a new one on. So that's what I've done. So you'll see a little bit of that, not much. I think. I think I took some photos, but that's about it. And the other thing, I don't know if it's me. It probably is a bit, but you might have seen on some of the running, I don't know if you can hear the noise that some of these locos make on the layout. And I think the camera, whichever one I use, tends to deaden it. So in this, I'm going to show you the manor and the Ginty running on here and running up in the loft. And what I've done is I've tried to get as much of the noise that they're making as I can onto the video. What I would say to you is, when that bit comes on, turn up your volume on whatever device you're looking at. I turned it up double, so on my TV I tend to watch at 15 and I turned it up to 30, and yes, you can hear it, but don't worry, it's not deafening, and I'm not talking or anything on it. I shall leave it so you can actually hear what's going on. And I'd like people's ideas on what's causing it. I did actually think the locos were being affected by running, slow or whatever. So I took them up in the loft and run them on the new, the proper one. And they ran fine, well, as far as I'm concerned. And I've also done a little bit of a running session up there with 3 trains. So yeah, so I hope you'll watch that. I'll do that at the end, just a little bit of running. So yeah, not great at the moment, but we are getting there. I think the next thing to do in the next video will be the platform, and that's not without a bit of adjustment to the actual building that I've got here, the station building. So yeah, so let's get into the video, shall we? But I did enjoy my trip out to Billericay for the show. That was the video before this. Yeah, enjoyed it. So great. Right, let's get on with the next one, next bit, shall we? So the books had to come off the shelves again to hold a bit of tracking, and it was that point. And yes, annoyed with myself really. So while doing the dummy point motors, I managed to damage the one that was in. Anyway, it came off reasonably easy, I must admit. Sort of carving underneath. So I put it all back in again. And I even put the sleepers in, you know, where they were missing, where the fish plates slid across. Now this is the one that I damaged, and if you look underneath, can you see the metal pins there? That's what I used to fix it. They're the drawing pins, cut off obviously. And this is a proper one. This is how it should look. And as you can see, it's sort of just all plastic, isn't it, underneath, you know, with the spring bit showing. So yeah, comprehensively buggered that one up, but it did work. But yeah, safety's sake, I think, wouldn't you agree? So these are the Pico dummy point motors. Now, using them on Hornby points, you have to trim them. So that's what I did, but they seem to work. But if you don't trim them and you put them on a Hornby point, they jam up the point. So they look neat enough, I think. I did find some pictures of these, which I can't show you because they wanted 35 quid for the picture, but it shows the body sort of pale lemon, but these bits sticking out, sort of rusted metal. So that's what I've done with the, filling up with the burnt umber, and watered it down a lot. So I'll have to mix up some paint for the yellow. So I thought I'd do a bit of ballasting. So I've mixed all these pots up into one to sort of get a mix. And I did the bit over the bridge. So this is as I did it, just, you know, normal thing. Pipette with white glue, water and a little drop of washing up liquid. And then I thought, well, let's just weather it a little bit. So using the burnt umber again, well watered down, I just, you know, put some up there. Tell me what you think. Is it reasonable? Not too bad, you know? Yeah, so a big blob there. So yeah, enjoyed that. I really did. So it's pretty good.
So Earl of St Germans, I really did think it was a loose wire, to the motor or something. So when I took it off, it wasn't quite what I was expecting. Flaming wires everywhere. So put it all back again. I did look in the tender, um, so it seemed all there. It seemed all connected. And yeah, I did comprehensive have a look, all the way along. But yeah, it seemed all intact, to be honest. Um, so trying to put the body of the tender back on, these little rails, they stick down below. So in the end, I just drilled some little holes for them to go into. I think they were stuck before, I don't know. But yeah, I just drilled a little hole through and then it worked. So I went off to Ipswich to Coastal DCC and he put in a new Zemo decoder for me, and this is the function list. So I didn't have another decoder to try in the Earls and Germans, and I might have sent it off to get it repaired, which would have been ridiculous. I bought just a decoder from them as well.